podcast. My name is Alex Simon, live from my car, October 11th, 2022. Palace review. I don't know really what to say about that performance. It doesn't look like there's been any improvement from the preseason, and that is concerning. Which brings into question the manager, and if we are to evaluate Jesse Marsch any further, and if his ball is no longer effective or acceptable in the Premier League. All valid questions. I want to say that. All valid questions here. This episode sponsored by Liquid Death. By the way, great product. Yeah, I think it's okay to question Jesse Marsch. So let's play the chess moves out. Let's say Marsch gets the sack in 2 weeks, or let's say the Marsch gets the sack at the end of the month. And now the manager, I think, has 2 or 3 games before the international break. My question is, who are we going to bring in? Because most of the team, I want to say most of the team, a good portion of the team is Red Bull players now. So we're going to try to teach them a new system. I mean, let's say we wanted to bring a more possession-based manager in, like a la Marcelo, the god. And he is. That's going to take time for these players to learn that system. So, and I don't know if I trust some of them to play that way, specifically the back line at the moment. So, the next solution might be, okay, well, let's call in, Sean Dyche, somebody that's going to park the bus. It's long balls, second balls all season long. That's the other option I see, because I don't really see a possession-based manager. I mean, a la someone from the Bielsa coaching tree or the Pep Guardiola coaching tree or whatever you want, a managerial tree, coming in and teaching this school. I mean, name a manager. If your solution is to sack Jesse, or Jesse's going to get the sack, great. Who's coming in and saving the season? Knowing also that we have sold all the wingers. We don't have like these wide, expansive wingers anymore. We've got these central attacking players. All we have left is Jack Harrison. Somerville, I don't think's ready. And I got a lot to say about Somerville. Jesse lost the game yesterday with the substitution of Somerville for Bamford. That's where he lost the game for me. Somerville came in the game. He won a free kick. Clap it up. And Brendan Aronson, or I think Harrison, delivered a great ball. Was just missed by Rodrigo's head. If that goes in, it's 2-1 leads. Great. And then it works out. But Somerville was relatively quiet after that. He gave the ball away way too quickly, and he was relatively anonymous for a player that's an attacking threat moving forward. I don't think Somerville's ready for this. I don't think Somerville's ready. I think he needs to go back into the 21s, find form. I don't know what Somerville did to this team. If he threatened to leave, he's got the number 10 jersey, and he's very high in the pecking order, quote unquote, for Jesse Marsch. But I haven't seen much when he's come on. People compare him to Ian Preveta 2.0. It's hard for me to disagree, but at least Ian, he did people on the wings. I mean, there wasn't much in product but he would do somebody out wide. I haven't seen even that. I've seen him get a couple of potential free kicks, which is great. You know, Preveda couldn't go down in the famous Chelsea game in the COVID year. So, I don't know. I'm not a big Somerville guy. And I think he needs to go back to the 21s. So, I believe that's who we were talking about, Somerville. I apologize if I said another name, but I'm not convinced by Somerville. I just am not. And then, so I don't know what the solution is. I think if Jesse is, if Leeds are 16th or lower, if Leeds are 16th or lower, we absolutely should be. He should get the sack, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. It's a results-driven business. He knows this. He cannot be in a relegation dogfight. If that's true, then he needs to absolutely get the sack by the end of the month. If he is 16th or lower, you know. And I thought we would come out of the break understanding the system, executing the system better, and be on top of every team specifically the two teams that we played. I said 2 points or less would be catastrophic. We've got 1 point from the last two, and here we sit. So I don't know what to say. Everybody, they went all in on Marsch ball. You know, I just don't know what the only other solution after this to me is park the bus ball. Sean Dyche, Big Sam, second balls, long balls, and it's a turgid season. It's going to be a turgid season. I mean, and I knew this too. I mean, the other thing is you look at the bottom of the league. Our first year back, I mean, Newcastle under what? Steve Bruce? That was 3 points. That was 6 points for the season. West Brom was hot pile of, you know what? I can't remember who else was in that on that team. But we had there was 5 or 6 teams that were just, it was like 3 points in the bag. So, and then the second season, well, we've got Norwich and Watford pinned for relegation via the first week, pretty much. This year, I don't know. I mean, what, the bottom of the league's Leicester? They're talented. I don't see us, you know, it's going to be a relegation dogfight. So roster, player for player, literally yesterday, I'm going through the roster, the squad. My apologies if it's, but you go player by player. I don't see us that miles above Crystal Palace. I mean, Eze was great. Eze looks incredible. So I think Jesse's getting the tactics wrong. I think the team is the team. I don't think that there's an X factor on the team. I mean, we're depending our X factor to be on Sinistera, who's a first year in the Premier League, and he's going to be our X factor. What if he gets injured? Now we're really up a creek. So I don't know. I don't love the roster construction. I don't love the fact that the players aren't getting the system. I think it's going to be a dogfight season again like last year, and I don't see a team that's pinned for relegation. I mean, I just don't. Every team is good in the Premier League this year. The only other, I mean, maybe you could say Forest, maybe, because they're not gelling at the current moment, and if that manager gets the sack, then maybe there'll be some discombobulated. You know, they're not going to ever kick on. Maybe Forest, but other than that, every single team in this league, this is the most competitive league. Specifically, 20 through 6th is or 5 or 6 is very, very. It's very, very tight. It's going to be hard to get a win anywhere in this league. So, I mean, I'm disappointed in the results. Like I said, I think it's valid to call the manager in for tactics and fire him. Let's do it. Play the chess move out. Who's coming in? I don't see it. I don't know who's coming in. The only answer is really shut up shop. Close up shop and becoming a counterattacking team. I don't know. We're undefeated. We're undefeated at home. Looking ahead at Arsenal, I thought Arsenal's. I mean, they're like hand in glove. They look so dangerous. Year 3, everybody's kind of knows where everybody's gonna be. And they've got depth. They're playing for each other outside of City. I mean, this is the worst team that you want to play right now. So, that being said, we're undefeated at home, but it's a write-off game. It's an absolute write-off game. I do think we like to play teams that like to play in possession more, but you just can't count on any points next week. And so it's going to get, I said, in one of my previous videos, I said it's going to get squeaky bum time. It's going to get squeaky bum time. 2 points or less is going to get squeaky bum time. We didn't get a win. So, yes, we can call the manager into question. I agree with everything. I don't understand why the system, I don't care what the ball looks like. The problem is for me, I was going through it. I think Jesse Marsch has been outcoached in the Southampton game by one of his mentors, Hassan Hudl. I think he was outcoached in the Brighton game. Since Graham Potter's obviously gone to Chelsea. So I thought he was outcoached in the... I don't think he was outcoached in Everton, nor... I don't think he was necessarily out... I'm going to... 50-50. The team was so out of form for Brentford. I don't know. 50-50. That's a tough one. You could say the Brentford game. That's one of my 3 or 4 games. And then I thought he was outcoached yesterday by Vieira. So, I don't know. I think yeah. It's valid to call him into question. Move the chess piece forward. Let's play it out. Okay, who are you going to bring in? Okay, you got some names there? Okay, are they a possession-based team? Well, half the team, literally a lot of the team, we've got rid of a lot of our wingers. It's a central attacking team, okay? And a lot of them are Red Bull players. So you're either bringing in another Red Bull coach, which I think is silly, or you're bringing in Big Sam. Or you're setting up shop. You're closing up shop and you're becoming a counterattacking team. Is that, and you're just, it's turgid football for the rest of the year. The people to focus the blame on, for me, is not Jesse Marsch necessarily. Yeah, I mean he's got to get he's got to get results. I do agree that. But the people who focus the blame on are the Three Stooges. Kinnear, Orta, Raz, and specifically Rad Razzani. For me. He didn't invest enough. It was a lot to turn over the team as much as he did, but you took $10 million from the sale, or whatever it was, $5 million, and said, put it in the back pocket. Thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, what if you didn't get Rafinha in the COVID year at the deadline day? Well, what if that didn't happen? I mean, where would the team be? Not only in Rafinha's contributions the last 2 years, but the fact that he was sold for $75 million. I don't know. My disappointment, it's like disappointment is where I'm at, is more on the brain trust than the coach. So I don't know what the solution is. And again, like I said, I don't love the squad construction, the roster construction. I don't love Marsch right now. And I think where Marsch lost it for me yesterday was Somerville for Bamford. That was where he lost it. He lost it Somerville for Bamford. I think he needed to go like for like there. And I think, people were saying, Jaffe went from being off the squad to being subbed in. I think Marsch is just going to go with who's hot. I think it's going to be interesting to see where he values Bamford now. I think he hasn't seen Bamford score. I know there's goals in him. I understand how he works off the ball. I think his movement's elite, but I don't think Marsch is going to trust him. I don't think Marsch trusts him. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's seen Rodrigo get hot. I just do things by gut. I know I can read people very well. He took Bamford out in the 60th minute, and to me, again, that's where he lost the game. I think he needed to go like for like there, and I think he needed to sub Rodrigo, who was anonymous. But I don't know if he's lost Bamford's trust. It's going to be interesting to see how that moves forward. And I think this brings me to my final point, really. He's going to play who's hot. So Willie Yonto is going to come in the next game because he scored in the 21s. Willie's going to come in now, I believe, before Jaffe. And, the team needs a spark. I don't know where the spark's going to come from. So, Sinistera. Maybe. Again, I just think we're asking a lot of Sinistera to come in. And now Jackie's going to be on the other side. I don't know. I don't see any kind of... We're going to have to grind out a win. Marsch is going to have to find a way to grind out a win. And he said in the postgame, this was the most disappointing part of one of the most disappointing parts of the postgame chat that they have. We played well and we didn't get a result? Bro, what are you smoking? You didn't play well? You got done in the second half. I think you got... I really, outside of the first 20 minutes, I didn't see much. And it wasn't necessarily people playing bad. It just, I didn't see the quality. I don't see a manager coming in. It's not just on Jesse, although Jesse has failed or is failing a little bit, specifically over the last 5 games. But I don't see this. Where's the talent on this team? I don't see it. I just don't see the attacking talent. Yes, we're deeper. Absolutely. But Bielsa's not coming through the doors. Bielsa's not coming through the Christ, as some people refer to him as. He was great. He promoted the team. He's not coming through those doors. So what? A disciple of Bielsa? The team's not that team. That's not the team anymore. We've got a central attacking Red Bull team. We're going to try to teach them to play expansive, possession-based, beautiful football. You could do it, but you're going to have some growing pains of 4-2 and 5-0. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. You got big, as you guys say in the UK, bollocks over there. You got big cojones if you're doing that. If you're bringing in a possession-based manager, to me, it's either... this is the season. It's hold on to your butts, get results, and try to avoid relegation. But 100%, I'm with you. His job should be called into question because he's got to get results. This is the nature of the league. Get results. Get results. Win or go home. That's it. Win or go home. That's it. All I've got. We're live from my car today. Marsch, absolutely call him into question. My only, and put this in the comments. If you get rid of Marsch, who you bringing in? I don't know. I don't know who I would bring. I would be like, oh, well, look at this squad. I don't know who would. We would have to be in really bad shape, and I would probably bring in a low block counterattacking type coach. Somerville's not ready. I think Somerville needs to go back into the 21s and get form. I just don't see. I actually think Preveda has been better in what I've seen. Preveda at least would do people on the wings. Somerville does go down and get penalties. That's the only difference in those two. Again, I don't know what he did, threatened to leave, and now he's got the 10 jersey, and everybody thinks he's... I haven't seen it on the end product. I think he gives the ball away. I think he's a good prospect. I just don't think he's ready. I do think he needs to develop at the Premier League level, but I also think he needs 21 time. And then the last point is you're going to see striker by committee. You're going to see who's hot. So I think he gave Bamford a chance. He missed some sitters. I don't think he trusts Bamford now. Based on his post-game comments, he talked about fitness but not sharpness. So I think Bamford... I would keep Bamford going because I just, there's nobody like him on our roster as far as that big number 9. But I think he goes with Rodrigo, and I think you're going to see just who's hot, who's scoring goals in the 21s. Okay, Willie, you're up. Okay, Jaffe, you're up. And that's what the game's going to be. I don't know. I would do, if I were to do this new game, I don't know. I would do Clicky in a 10 roll for 60 minutes the next game, and then I would do Bamford and Willie, or Bamford and Jaffe. I just really think we've only seen it for about 20 minutes. It was in the Brentford game when it was still kind of tight and we were chasing the game. They looked dangerous. There's something about Bamford and Jaffe. I really think Jaffe's got an excellent pass in him. He always he tries to challenge the keeper, question the keeper. So, but I don't know, And then the back line, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, the fans looked at the left back situation and we said we need a left back. That's caused Pascal. So it's a domino effect. So Cooper, he's going to give you, I mean, that cross. Can we just talk about that cross for a second? What's the phrase? Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. And then the ball in. People say Rasmus had a game of his best game in the lead shirt. Okay, I agree with that. The ball in was right between, I believe, Koch and Christensen. None of them fancied that. Neither of you guys just... Was the sun in your eyes? What happened there? So, congratulations, Jesse. Welcome to the Big Boy League. You're continuing to learn. As far as us, my mentality is hold on to your butt. Gonna be a long season. I don't have any solutions. I don't see where anything's gonna be coming from. It's going to be grind out results. I mean, and again, Arsenal's a free hit, I do think Ellen Road's a cauldron this season. Second full season back with fans. The players do seem to feed off of this. I think we can get a result. I don't think it's out of the question. But Arsenal's just... Like I said, they're hand in glove. They know where everybody... I watched the game against Liverpool. They know where they're going to be in the passing plays. It's beautiful patterns of play. This is the last team that you want to play outside of City right now, is Arsenal. So, but it's at ER. I think the players raise their game when it comes to that. Leeds need a hero. Again, Leeds need a hero. I would play Jaffe. Jaffe is an X factor. I would play one of the short strikers and Bamford. That's what I would do. And I don't know, sub in Rodrigo if Bamford starts blowing. But there's no easy solutions. That's it. I'm venting. We're going to vent with Michael, Gier, and myself. Michael, I think, has got some answers for manager. He was texting some possible solutions. Gier, like myself, seems to be a little flabbergasted. You can check out Leeds United The View. I never do this, but smash the like, please. Like the smash. I'm going to continue to try to do videos. Small chance of a watch-along. Small chance of a watch-along for the Arsenal game. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys posted. And bloody hell. We got friggin', what do we got? 6 days until the game. So, you know, I guess positive is just put in a shift, right? That's all I'm going to be looking for on Sunday. Put in a shift against Arsenal. They do have to travel, what, to Norway? I think they got to play some cream puff team in the Europa League. And no disrespect to them. And then they got to come back to Ellen Road. If I'm Arteta, I'm like, this is a trap game. If you guys want to win the league, you have to beat this team here. This is going to be a tough opponent for Arsenal. Really tough. Hostile environment. For me, as a fan of Leeds, I just want to see every player put in a shift. Fight for the shirt. Fight for each other. Grind out a result. No stupid fouls. I don't want to see us lose it into a freaking, like, you know, there's so many games where I've seen us lose because, you know, we clipped a player in the box in the 90th minute. Now they have a free kick to win the game. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see smart football. I want to see us fighting for each other. I want to see a little bit of, people talk about an answer, what do you call it? A response. I do want to see a response against Arsenal. That doesn't mean you got to win, but I want to see every player put in a shift. Marching on together, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Happy